Is this the best decision for me? 100%. Now, I know a lot of you are, maybe struggling. You may be thinking, is this, you may be thinking of a different career change. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video is kind of what I've been talking about for the last few weeks is something is coming up, something that I've been planning to do for quite some time. So currently I'm in McCook, Nebraska at the Amtrak train station. Yes, it's been planes, trains, and automobiles. Cross them all three off my list within a 3-week period. So yes, I'm at the Amtrak train station waiting for my train, which should be arriving at about 12 o'clock tonight. I'll be taking it from McCook, Nebraska, all the way over to Omaha, Nebraska. And the big reveal is I'm going to be doing some training for my CDL. Yes, and we're going to discuss why I decided to become an over-the-road truck driver and get my CDL later on in this video. And I'd like to hear you guys' comments about it, what you guys think about it. But I'm going to discuss why I decided to get CDL. But yes, I'm going to show you guys the train I'm going to be on. I got a roomette and not a coach. I wanted to go ahead and have a little bit of freedom to sleep on the train. We all know it's nice just to be able to lay down. So yes, it's actually pretty empty in here right now. I'm about 2 hours early. So this is the Amtrak station here in McCook, Nebraska. As you can see, I am the first one here. Obviously, I'm 2 hours early. It's you can definitely tell it's an older station just the way that it's designed in here. So my sister and her boyfriend actually drove me down here and dropped me off. Why did I take the train? Why didn't I just take a plane or drive to Omaha? Well, from Grant, Nebraska to Omaha, Nebraska to drive there. Oh God, I think it's about a 6-hour drive. About a 6-hour drive to get there. And I didn't want to burden them too much. Or I could have flown from North Platte to Denver to Omaha. That was about $353. Or they were going to rent me a car, and I said, hey, no need to rent a car. Then he's like, well, shoot, there's the Amtrak in McCook. So what we did was we looked it up, and for $220, I got a roomette from McCook over to Omaha. So it departs at midnight, and it arrives in Omaha at about 5:30 in the morning. So it's about a 5-hour trip on the Amtrak. And you can see the route right here that it goes. It starts in California, and it ends in Chicago, Illinois. Thank you, sir. This train ride was not what I was expecting. It was bumpy tracks, and I really couldn't sleep at all on this train, but it was an amazing experience. This is about 3 hours into the trip, and I'm just trying to close my eyes, and I absolutely couldn't. Arriving into Lincoln, Nebraska, this is about 4:30, 4:45 with another 30 minutes to go to Omaha's General Amtrak train station. Here in a second, you're actually going to see the Nebraska Cornhusker Stadium, which I had actually never seen before. At this point, I was just so exhausted. I just wanted to get there, get checked into the hotel, and finally get some shut-eye before I started the training school on Monday morning. So just a few minutes out from Omaha right now, and you know, this is actually my first time on a train like this, so yeah, I'm kind of looking pretty rough right now. A lot bumpier, a lot more rough than I expected it to be. You know, you always see the movies and the trains moving really smooth, and that's just not the case. It's actually a very bumpy ride. Overall, the room's really nice. The bed's really soft. The pillows are great. They give you bottled water in the room. You can shut the door, turn the lights off, blanket. If it wasn't for the bumpiness of it and the jerking and thinking that the train's going to derail every 5 minutes, I could have gotten some sleep. But yeah, you know, I tried to close my eyes for a few there and just couldn't do it. Once I get to the train station, I'll probably freshen up a little bit, do my hair, and then I'll be meeting up with someone, and we'll be going out to the Cracker Barrel for breakfast, chit-chatting for a little bit, and then he'll run me over to my hotel. But yeah, it was definitely an experience. You know, the other option, like I said, was flying from North Platte to Denver to Omaha. So this is probably the best way to do it. Quicker time to get there. But now I'll have a full day of waiting to get checked into the hotel. So I'm currently at the hotel now. I had breakfast this morning. It went great. So now let's discuss why I wanted to get the CDL and become an over-the-road truck driver here in the United States. Is this the best decision for me? 100%. Now, I know a lot of you are, you know, maybe struggling. You may be thinking, is this, you know, you may be thinking of a different career change. It's a big change of pace than what I'd ever been used to. It's completely opposite of the line of work I've ever been in. I've always been in very strenuous situations, very strenuous jobs, from construction to utility pole inspections. Growing up on a farm, very strenuous work. Now, I'm not saying over-the-road trucking is not very, very difficult, but you have long hours of waiting and sitting. Now, trucking is a different type of strenuous activity. It's a lot of mental fatigue versus a physical fatigue. So the jobs I've had in the past, a lot of physical fatigue. Now I'm sure there is going to be some physical to it once I get into it. And that's the beauty part about continuing to watch the channel, is being able to see the locations I'm going to be in, what I'm experiencing, the hardships involved in trucking and being an over-the-road truck driver. And there's going to be a lot of different blends of the vlog coming up. It's not just going to be all about over-the-road truck driving. Don't worry, you guys. There's going to be a lot more involved in it. So as I have time, it's going to be quite a bit of a mix of different vlogs, different content. It's going to be trying to cater to a few different genres. I want to really try to target the younger generation too, to try to gain my subscriber base a bit and inspire some of the younger people to get into over-the-road truck driving. So why over-the-road truck driving? According to the 2024 census, there is a huge demand for truck drivers across the United States. When I was looking for work coming back, I wanted to find a line of work that was in high demand. You get a high demand job, the pay is going to be a lot better. It's just like nursing. Nursing is in such high demand, and so they're going to pay you more. So I want to get one of those jobs that's in high demand, or there's a shortage of, and you're going to make a lot more money. So going into this, I knew I didn't want to get a house. I didn't want to get an apartment, furnishings, car, insurance, all the stuff that goes along with, you know, a normal job, so to speak. Having to pay all the utilities, the bills, you know, you guys, it really does add up. Now, think about this. The average rent right now in the United States is, I'm assuming, I'm not going off facts, but I'm assuming, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to guess it's $1,200 a month. Now, it depends on where you are. It could be $400. It could be all the way up to an exorbitant amount of money. But let's say, okay, you've got the rent, then you've got to pay your electric, gas, if you've got gas, heat, cable or satellite TV. You've got then your renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance. You've got trash service, sewer service, water. It just keeps going on and on. So And then you got your food. It's just, there's so much to maintaining and living in the United States nowadays. And just like any other country, really, the inflation, like someone says, it's not just the United States that's been affected by inflation. You're correct. But I was just given the United States as an example because I was shocked when I left compared to when I arrived. When I left, milk, for example, was a buck 39 a gallon for 2%. It is now 4.89 for a gallon of 2%. So that was just an example, you guys. I'm not saying it that the rest of the world was not affected. That wasn't what I was saying. But what I'm saying is over-the-road truck driving is the ultimate best choice for me because I can make a lot of money and save that money. I'm not having to pay for an automobile insurance, gasoline, all those things that come with owning a home or renting an apartment. So is this the best decision for me? 100%. Now, I know a lot of you are, maybe struggling. You may be thinking, you may be thinking of a different career change. I would definitely have to recommend trying to get into over-the-road truck driving. Obviously, it's not for everyone. It's going to take a unique person, unique skill set to be able to do it. But if you're struggling in your job and you're struggling with bills and you just want to break away, the biggest thing about life is people are afraid of change. We are complacent. We get inside of our bubble and we don't want to break out. A lot of people do not even want to leave the country. They're content with what they have, and that's okay. That's how a lot of people want to live their life. But for those of you out there that are contemplating a change in career, a change in pace, don't be afraid to make that change. Just fucking do it, for Christ's sakes. It's like, I hear so many people complain they're not happy. Then why aren't you doing it? Seriously, just get off your ass and do it. It's plain and simple. You can't be afraid of change. A universal constant is change. Change is always going to happen. You have to embrace it, you have to adapt to it, and you have to love it. The sooner you do, the happier you'll be. Don't be afraid to get your passport. Don't be afraid to get on that plane and have a spontaneous trip. Don't be afraid to live life. The saying I keep hearing this, YOLO, you only live once. No, you don't. You only die once. You live every day. So remember that, you guys. You live every day. You die once. So that YOLO is just not true. I've come to realization a lot of things in the last few years, especially since being back here, how I want to succeed. And I am more determined than ever to succeed and become the person that I've always wanted to be, and actually wealthy. And that's my goal, is to show you guys how I'm going to acquire wealth over the next 2 to 3 years. Let's see if it's going to work, but I know my abilities. I know what I'm capable of. You can never be too ambitious. You can never dream too big. That's what life is about. Big dreams, big goals. You always set a goal in front of you. You always have a goal in life. You always follow a dream. Speaking of dreams, one of the things I'm really going to focus on a lot is I'm going to now focus on my artwork. Someone's really been pushing me to really go back and focus on my artwork because I am really good at that. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be featuring some artwork on this channel as I get it completed, and I'm going to be offering it up for sale. And it's going to be customized. I'm going to sign it, all that good stuff. I'll probably do a whole series of certain styles, like a series of 5 or a series of 7. And once that series is done, I'll switch to a new series. And what I mean by that is either abstract, a charcoal, watercolor, different mediums. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing oil right now. I won't do oil until I get my own place in the future, or I settle down somewhere, because oil is a very expensive medium to do. So it's gonna be like watercolors, pastels, charcoals, those kind of mediums for now, some acrylics. So I'll be featuring some artwork on the channel, and I really want to express my emotions, put my emotions back down on canvas. That was kind of my therapy. So doing the CDL, you've got the windshield therapy, then I've got the art therapy that I'll be doing. So I'm really excited. This is a big thing for me. And I'm really excited to bring you guys in on my journey and this adventure. But if any of you are considering a change in a career, really try to think about the CDL. Like I said, you don't have bills. You pay for a cell phone, you pay for your food and a few other things down the road, but it's going to save you a lot of money. One of the keys to success and wealth is you want to have multiple income streams. And this is just one of the income streams that I'm going to be setting up. My goal within the next 6 months is to have 4 different income streams providing a financial wealth. And that's one of the things I really want to discuss in the upcoming vlogs and be transparent on what I'm doing to acquire that wealth. In the next video, I'm going to be discussing where I'm taking my training, the company that I'll be working for, and then I'll be giving you guys weekly updates on everything going on. Probably once a week right now, because there's really not going to be much happening right now. Once a week, maybe 2 times a week. That's about it. So until we see you guys on the next video, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what you think. Until we see you guys next time, I appreciate it. And don't forget, it's not just beyond amazing, it's beyond Armstrong. So today is the first day of starting a new chapter, a new day, new beginnings, new hope, new inspiration.